I should get some sleep.
Now, you really think that's a good idea, partner? The story don't even got an ending yet. Hell, it's hardly got a beginning and a middle.
Who are you and what are you doing in my house?
You telling me you don't recognize me? My own author doesn't even recognize me.
Art Bronco?
The one and only.
But you're not real.
Excuse me?
I made you up.
And?
You're a fictional character from my fictional world.
And that means I ain't real?
Yeah.
I'm standing here, ain't I? Why do you think that is?
Because I haven't slept in God knows how long and I'm hallucinating. Speaking of which, I was just about...
I know what you were about to do. I'm here to tell you not to do it.
Why? Sleeping's necessary. Make me feel more energized, more sane. You know, to write your story.
Nah. Don't exactly trust that on account of your track record.
What are you talking about?
Every time you start writing a story that's even a little bit interesting, you toss it aside like last week's horse feed.
I always finish a good story.
No one can fault you for trying. You're just missing that follow-through.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Don't I? You were barely able to squeeze out 3 pages of my story tonight. How much longer till you just abandon it and leave me without an ending?
Look, I had a long day at work and I'm exhausted. I just need some rest.
Well, you really don't see the problem here, do you?
What?
If I was to look at that there type machine right now, how many unfinished stories would I see?
Okay, so I don't finish a story for every idea I have. But no author does.
That's not very reassuring.
Look, I'm gonna finish your story.
What makes mine any different from the others?
Yours doesn't suck.
My story doesn't suck. Now, what you think about that, Tomar? How'd that make you feel?
Brax Tomar does not understand why John has not completed his incredibly moving story of an android who attempts to learn love.
Tell Tomar why you never finished his story, John.
I mean, it's kind of a trite concept.
My sensors indicate an overwhelming reading of Pretentious Jackass.
Hey, I tried, okay? What more is there to say about a robot who learns to love? It's been done to death. I thought I could do something new, something different. But I was wrong.
How do you know you were wrong if you never even finished the story, John?
Brax Tomar holds within his code a deep desire to see if he may finally learn to understand love at the end of his story.
Look, it doesn't matter if I never finished your stories, because you're all fictional.
How do you mean?
You're not real people. Your lives don't matter. Great, another one.
Young man, how dare you? I am Lady Annabelle Montgomery of the Madison Montgomerys.
I don't recognize you. Which store are you from?
It doesn't matter what
I'm the protagonist of an erotic thriller John was writing a few years ago. He never finished it, and as a result, I never got to live out my days with my dear Abner, the muscular stable boy.
Brax Tomar was unaware that John dabbled in writing erotica.
It was just something I tried. Anyway, I figured I'd stop writing that story because I wanted to write it. I had a different idea.
Why, I never.
Don't take it personally, Miss Lady Annabelle. Just the kind of guy he is.
Brax Tomar has observed that John cares very little for his creations.
Look, just because I didn't finish writing the weird erotica novel,
Heavens to Betsy.
or that stupid robot love story,
Feelings deleted.
Doesn't mean I never finish anything.
Brax Tomar has observed that the stories you write are simple, easy, and devoid of any real substance.
Yeah, you never finish them stories that make you think.
Whenever you're writing something that makes you feel something real, you abandon it like Abner abandons his shirts when it's time to wash the horses.
You wrote that?
again, see? I tried writing something original and it just turned into a weird erotica novel.
Well, you were perfectly content writing my weird erotica novel until Stephanie broke up with you.
Hey, that's not fair.
Well, now we're getting somewhere.
According to Brax Tomar's memory banks, that is when John started writing Brax Tomar's novel.
Look,
Brax Tomar also recalls John never picking it up again after he received a telephone number from a barista.
Move on! Now I see it! You write a sexy love story when you're nice and happy with your lady friend. She ends it and you start writing a story about a sad android who can't love but wants to learn how. Then you throw that away when you meet a new girl. Don't feel sad no more, no reason to keep writing about that sad android. It's real subtle, John.
By that same token, I imagine you're writing Mr. Bronco's exciting adventures because you're simply bored to tears with your day job.
what is this, a therapy session?
We're just trying to help. I know Mr. Tomar and I remind you of things you'd rather forget, but perhaps finishing our stories would help you face things with your own life. I don't want Mr. Bronco to face the same hardships Mr. Tomar and I have been facing.
I think that's inevitable at this point, Miss Lady Annabelle.
Look, no, I'm gonna continue your story. I like it.
Like you like the others? No. You'll throw mine away as soon as things change in your life. Then, when it becomes inconvenient or painful for you to keep writing my story, that's when you'll drop me. So, what's gonna make you abandon my story, John? Promotion? Finally getting a job as a writer?
I'm already a writer. All good writers draw from real life.
Yeah, but those writers finish them stories that mean something to them.
I don't want to finish those stories. I don't want to go back. I don't need it.
Look, partner. We've been nice to you up till now.
How was you being nice?
But you're gonna have to face those hard feelings if you ever want to write something worth reading.
My writing is already good.
I beg to differ, young man. I've seen your so-called finished stories, and let me tell you, they do not hold a candle to the ones you so rudely leave to rot.
Not to mention the fact that it leaves characters like us stuck in limbo.
You're just hallucinations made up by my exhausted brain.
If Brax Tomar and his companions are merely projections of John's subconscious, that means deep down, John agrees with us. After all, if we truly are projections of John's brain, perhaps we are here to help him accept the hard truth that his brain already knows.
Damn his android logic. I guess if I have some extra time, I can finish the stories.
And what will you do with all the other poor characters whose stories you never finished?
Well, look, there can't be that many.
Jebediah Harrison, the Civil War general who single-handedly tried to rescue his platoon from the Confederate Army.
Sir Arthur Wells, the knight who betrays his king and his country to save his pet dragon Kyle.
Sarah Levinson, the teenage girl who discovers her real father is a shape-shifting alien?
Those aren't good ideas.
Fantasia Sizzle, the stripper with a heart of gold, just trying to pay her way through nursing school.
Amenhotep, the ancient Egyptian mummy boy who falls in love with the Frankenstein girl.
I don't have time to.
And who could forget poor Barthax Gloomyloid, space pirate extraordinaire, whose last goal was to assassinate Queen Philoxeniola of Flupiter and finally avenge his fallen sister Clarimythia.
All right, I get it. I should finish the stories. Should at least try. It's just I don't like feeling those feelings. So I scrap the old stories and I write some new ones. But maybe you're right.
It's not too late, John.
If you can make your characters move on,
Maybe you can too.
Yeah. Maybe.
Now, get to it, you lazy bastard.
Heavens, Mr. Bronco, why ever would you do that?
Give us a window for an exit without having to make an awkward goodbye.
This isn't awkward to you?
Not as awkward as just saying happy trails and walking out.
If you leave this poor boy brain dead, then our stories will never be finished.
I didn't hit him that hard.
Tomorrow.